You can see up on the screen we have just had a start in the first of our School A finals, the final of the schoolgirls single scull, race 465. Lane 1, Amy Bain of Hobart. Lane 2, Annalise Mackey from Newstead. Lane 3, Sophie Rice from St Hilda's. The defending champion, Lane 4, Natasha Martin-Chick of St Scholastica here in Sydney. Lane 5, Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong. Lane 6, Rebecca Bye from Launceston. Lane 7, Georgia Powell from All Hallows. And Lane 8, Andrea Brichette from Trinity Catholic.
As we've gotten underway, it's been a very good start from Sculler in lane number 4 from St Scholastica in Glebe, the defending champion Nicola Martinchich, coached by Milan Parker and Thomas Parker. Just there at the top of the screen, and going out with her is the other semi-final winner, Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong, in the Footscray colours in lane number 5, and a good start from Georgia Powell of All Hallows in lane number 7. She was sculled a very mature race in the semi-finals where she coasted home and conserved a fair bit of energy, so we'll see what she can deliver here. The under-17 national champion from earlier in the week in the single sculls, coached by Richard Powell. So they're the top 3, and they're just starting to move out to boat length over the rest of the field. In good race for 4th between Launceston's Rebecca Bye and Sophie Rice of St Hilda's, Queensland. And it's over to the 2 scullers on the far side of the course, Annalise Mackey of Newstead in Launceston and Amy Bain of Hobart, the 2 Tasmanians over on the far side of the course. But it's Nicola Martinchich that leads through the first 500 metres, and she's making a bit of a push out here to try and get out to a boat length on Georgia Powell of All Hallows and Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong. Defending champion with that easily recognisable style where she just lurches forward right at the end to get a long, long way forward. She's very comfortable grinding away at sort of 28, 30 and 32 strokes a minute. And now she's at 29 strokes a minute at the head of this field in the white Philippi shell. Also on screen, the bow of Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong. A bit more of an upright sculler there in lane number 5. He's having a good tussle with Georgia Powell of All Hallows as these 3 just make their way up towards the bridge area. So they've just gone past the bridge, which is the 750 metre mark, and around about 800 metres covered in this schoolgirl single scull A final. Martinchich of St Scholastica in Glebe. She's also there in the maroon and white blades, with the maroon and white blades of Glebe Rowing Club, where she rows under coach Milan Parker and his son Thomas Parker. Milan Parker has been a long time coach at Glebe Rowing Club. And the St Scholastica sculler continues to lead this field as we now look at Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong, coached by Lachlan Beckett and Tony Lawless. And it is Bray that still holding on to second spot over Georgia Powell of All Hallows. Ruby Bray at 29 strokes a minute. Georgia Powell looking very, very relaxed here on this side of the course, at 1 point lower at 28. There looks to be some very controlled sculling here, and they're the top 3, and they've gone through the 1,000 metre mark, and then it's a further 4.5 seconds back to Rebecca Bye of Launceston, and as Sophie Rice is still holding on to 5th spot in lane number 3. Then over to the far side, Newstead's Annalise Mackey in 6th, Hobart's Amy Bain 7th, and from Trinity Catholic in Lismore on this side of the course, Andrea Brichette in the yellow shell in 8th position. Nicola Martinchich was bronze medalist in the under-19 women's single scull. As Richard mentioned, is the defending champion in the schoolgirls single scull. Whenever she starts to think she's going to get out to about a boat length's lead, Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong just moves back to holding an overlap with her. So very, very little separating these top three scullers here at the head of the field as they make their way up through the first 1,300 metres. We've seen a bit of now another push coming from Martincic as he's trying to break the other two scullers on her bow side. Hasn't necessarily lifted the rating, it's more so much the power. She's still rating 28-29 and she's always very, very comfortable in that rating zone, and she can just really that long reach forward. And in second spot, Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong, and All Hallows, Georgia Powell. Still sitting comfortably, or very comfortably and very relaxed there. She's just glancing around left and right every now and then, and still third in this A final of the schoolgirls single scull. But as we move up towards the 1,500 metre mark, Nicola Martincic of St Scholastica Glebe is continuing to lead, and now just started to move away and move out to almost a length and a half advantage over Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong in second spot. We'll see if Georgia Powell remains as relaxed here in this last 500 metres. She's in third spot, a length down on the Maribyrnong sculler. Rebecca Bye still in fourth for Launceston. St Hilda's in lane number 3. Sophie Rice is in fifth position, and the two scullers from Tasmania over on the far side still having a great tussle, just 0.26 of a second separating them from in sixth and seventh. And Andrea Brechette of Trinity Catholic in Lismore in northern New South Wales is in 8th place and set to finish in that position in this A final of the schoolgirls single scull, as Nicola Martincic is looking to go back-to-back 2017 and 2018. She's now out to a couple of boat lengths advantage over Ruby Bray of Maribyrnong, who has conceded a bit of ground in the middle thousand to the powerful St Scholastica Glebe sculler Martincic. Georgia Powell on this side of the course has moved up to 31 strokes, so she's lifted at 3 points, the sculler from All Hallows, but still in third spot behind Maribyrnong's Ruby Bray. Rebecca Bye of Launceston in fourth spot. She's a further 2.5 lengths back off third. And then it is another couple of lengths to St Hilda's Sophie Rice, who's coming under a bit of pressure from Mackie of Newstead and Bain of Hobart on the far side of the course in the fight for fifth position. But with just 40 metres to go, Nicola Martincic set to go back-to-back in the schoolgirl single scull for St Scholastica Glebe, coached by Milan Parker and Thomas Parker. And it's gold to St Scholastica, silver to Maribyrnong's Ruby Bray. Georgia Powell of All Hallows placing third and winning the bronze medal. Fourth will go to Rebecca Bye of Launceston. Over on the far side of the course, the two Tasmanians have belted each other all the way down the course, and it's Hobart's Amy Bain that gets up for fifth, ahead of Annalise Mackie of Newstead in sixth. Seventh is Sophie Rice of St Hilda's, who was in fifth place for the bulk of the race, and then in eighth, Andrea Brechette of Trinity Catholic Lismore.
Of medals for the Schoolgirls Single Scull Championship of Australia. Medals will be presented by Emma Brown, Counsellor, Rowing Queensland. In third place, and bronze medalist representing All Hallows School, Georgia Powell. In second place, and silver medalist representing Maribyrnong Secondary College, Ruby Bray. Gold medalist and Australian champion for 2018, representing St Scholastica's College, Nicola Martincic. please congratulate the 2018 Australian champions and medalists.